Here's speaking of working with their own set of facts. Here's Tucker Carlson retelling the events of the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 days, and leaving out some of the context when it comes to the treatment that Donald Trump got.
Some of his aides suggested in background that he could die from it. The media happily seconded that diagnosis. Trump, they informed us, has a condition known as clinical obesity. Obesity? Whatever. It sounded significantly worse than cancer and far more unattractive. So for a time, it looked like curtains for Big Orange. And then an amazing reversal. Trump strode out of the hospital, thumbs in the air, back from the grave, tweeting like a savage. Today, he was at his desk in the White House. New Yorker subscribers may never get over the shock of it all. To add to their pain and confusion and bewilderment, Donald Trump released this video last night.
I learned so much about coronavirus. And one thing that's for certain, don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it. You're going to beat it. We have the best medical equipment. We have the best medicines. Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives. Don't let that happen. We have the greatest country in the world.
Feeling really good, the president tweeted later. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. We have developed under the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge, end quote. Well, it was self-promotional, of course. But honestly, it's hard to think of a better or more positive message. Take Trump out of it. Yes, the coronavirus is obviously deadly. It's killed hundreds of thousands of people in this country, most of them old and sick. But the president himself is old, not to mention clinically obese, whatever that is. And yet he survived. He appears to be in a great mood, as people who cheat death often are.
He's
of course,
on drugs.
He received great medical care. He's the president. But there was no magic involved in the treatment he received. Every drug Donald Trump took is available to the rest of us if and when we get sick. And that ought to give us hope. Trump survived, so can we. It doesn't mean we should ignore the coronavirus or behave
pause it for 1
recklessly.
second. Pause it. Hold it. Regeneron is not he was on an experimental drug that was in stage 3 trials. That is not available to everyone. The top hospital in the country is not available to everyone. If you get COVID, there's not going to be 8 doctors who are going to be surrounding you, walking around all with, their own individual reports. These are all just lies. These are all just lies that Tucker is perpetrating on his, his audience, who he obviously thinks are idiots and morons. Continue.
But it does suggest we don't have to live in a permanent state of terror. Don't let it dominate your life, Trump said. That's advice you'd give your own children.
Yeah, I mean, let's not let it dominate our advice. Did you have that? This guy, he is, I guess maybe he's not. He's just up near Augusta, Maine. He's up near the White Mountains in Maine, is what the reports are. What do we do with that thing? I guess he was mad about this too, right? That they had written his Maine studio almost ready. This is in May. It's up in Woodstock or something. I don't know where it is, but we don't need to put any more up there. But that's basically the story. There's the guy who won't let it dominate his life. He's moved up to Maine. Now, granted, it's his vacation home, and he's buying a studio down there. Maybe that's not dominating your life. But the fact of the matter is, everyone's life, who's taking it seriously, is inhibited or changed because of this. Wonder where his kids are. His kids going to school up there? What are they doing? Come on. God. Just
put your money where your mouth is, Tucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Trump's video just now where he was talking about don't let COVID dominate your life, don't get cucked. That's going to be in a museum someday after we've abolished gender in an exhibit centered around toxic masculinity. It's just the
No kidding.
apotheosis of this.